Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming, and today, movie review. Today we're going to be talking about a movie called Wargames. And it's an odd one. It's an odd one for several reasons, and we're going to kind of discuss that. But basically, Wargames was a 1983 movie about a kid who hacked a military installation, connected with a computer that was in control of national defense, and almost started World War III. That's basically what the movie is about. There are some aspects of this movie that I feel should be discussed and as well pointed out for what it actually is. So when I watched this movie I enjoyed the movie. It's a great movie. I thought it was pretty cool. It gave a basic understanding of the beginnings of artificial intelligence, and it gave a basic understanding of what it is to be a shut-in, a NEET, or a hikikomori. All of those terms are not American terms. They're Japanese terms. And in truth, I would guess that the Japanese have been dealing with this problem for just as long as we have. The difference is the Japanese do not romanticize it as if it's a good thing, because they know it's not. It's damaging to society, it's damaging to the individual, and truly, it helps no one. It benefits no one. And usually the people that it hurts the most are those who are the shut-ins and NEETs and their immediate family and friends. So let's go ahead and discuss a little bit about that. So for whatever reason, when the Japanese discovered that they had a portion of their society that was closing themselves off from the rest of society and spending their time doing nothing but essentially playing video games and sitting in a room every day, they realized that they needed to shun and call out this behavior. And so they did. They came up with terms for it. And then they started creating entertainment that would show who and what these people are, but it never showed them, and they do not show them in a positive light. They do not romanticize this type of lifestyle, if you could call it that. And they call it out for what it really is. It's just damaging all the way around. This coming from a guy who, right now, lives this way. I guess the difference is that I'm retired. You know, what else are you supposed to do when you're retired? I could either go back to work, which truly I can't. My body won't allow that. Too many years of hard labor just broke me into all sorts of pieces. And those pieces, if I move them too much, cause a bunch of pain. If I hurt myself, I'm down for a couple of weeks. Nobody would retain me. I'm not saying they wouldn't hire me. I could probably get hired different places. I mean, and it probably wouldn't be too difficult. The real question is, how long would I be able to hold that job? Because the first time that I need to take 2 weeks off because I pulled my back or I popped my knee or I twisted an ankle, they're not going to appreciate that, and they'll probably just let me go. And because I am very well aware of that fact, I don't even try. In truth, the only reason that I'm doing what I'm doing right now is because I know that if I don't find another income within the next few years, the income I have will not sustain me. Period. So I guess you could say I'm trying to go back to work in that respect. I'm trying to build a business. So not quite a shut-in or a NEET, but I would still consider myself one because I avoid society today. I avoid going out into that insanity and listening to a bunch of brainwashed individuals tell me how they think the world is. I just don't see that as a productive way of spending my day. I find this to be much more productive. Is it doing any good? Currently? Absolutely not. But I can hope that one day it will. So, moving on from where we are currently, we have Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I enjoyed this show for all the wrong reasons. Truly. This show, when it came out, I found it to be interesting, engaging, and it got me to ask questions. And it always surprised me at how young they could make people look. I mean, truly, Matthew Broderick in this particular movie looked like a 16-year-old. Now, his girlfriend looked like a 21-year-old. They tried to make her look a little younger, but it didn't really work. But the job they did with him, yeah, he really looked like a 16-year-old kid. It surprised me. But what surprises me more, I guess, is the audience score gave it a 76. And that's probably about right. It's not a bad show. It's not the greatest show. It's certainly not a masterpiece. But this one over here, this 93, that bothers me. It bothers me because I know that they're giving it a high rating for the wrong reasons. In much the same way that I enjoyed this show for all the wrong reasons, I think the reviewers, or at least the critics, that gave this a 93 also liked the game or the movie for the wrong reasons. And they're giving it high praise for the wrong reasons. I never care about what they say, especially today. I look at more of what they're rating it for. Why are they doing this? What is the trend that surrounds it? And I guess you could say the trend that surrounds this and that high rating is the trend in which every movie that romanticizes being a NEET, a shut-in, a hikikomori here in the States is given high ratings by our critics. Essentially, they are approving of people being um, what's the word I'm looking for? Of people living a unhealthy lifestyle, because it is an unhealthy lifestyle. I don't know what their individual, problems or story is as to how they ended up that way. But all of it is unhealthy. And yet it's romanticized by our entertainment and praised by the critics. That's not a good thing at all. And in truth, I like it for much the same reasons. Not, especially at the time and even today. I don't like it because it romanticizes a bad behavior or a bad lifestyle. I liked it because it made me ask questions. And it presented a understanding, a feeling that I've had since I was a kid. That, things are not as they appear. Things are not as they are shown to us. Um, your government and the media lies. And this show does point that out, obscurely, to say the least. But it does point it out. And truly, I don't think the critics even took notice that it was doing that as well. Because it is so obscure. It's easy to miss. So, I guess you could say that my review of Wargames is it's a fun movie, but I wouldn't want my teenager to watch it, even though it was designed for teenagers. And the reason that is because it romanticizes a very damaging and harmful lifestyle that I wouldn't want my children to engage in. As an adult, in your 20s, 30s, or whenever, once you have already, let's say, come up with a plan for life, I guess is a way of putting it, a life plan, or at least have some idea of what you want to do with your life, um, I don't think this show would affect you. But if you were to show this to like 12, 13-year-old kids who enjoy playing video games anyway and spend their days in a laissez-faire life just going back and forth to school in their bedroom, yeah, I could see them thinking that they could do that for the rest of their life or something similar. And that's not healthy. Truly, it's not healthy. So it would be nice if American entertainment would stop romanticizing this type of lifestyle. And the reason I say that is because currently our political establishment is demonizing those who have decided to live this way. And when I say demonized, I mean they literally call them terrorists. And we've had several politicians do exactly that. Say that the single white male is more of a threat than the Taliban or ISIS or Al Qaeda. Why, although I believe that is absolutely insane on the surface, and I know that the only reason that these people are saying these things is to further divide this country, truly, they don't care about those people, and they certainly don't care about the people that they're talking to. They just want to give them a reason to distrust each other. And when you've got an entire generation of people in this country who did have that lifestyle shown to them in a very positive, romanticized fashion. And now today we have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that do live this way. And our government just turns on them and says they're the problem. They're the danger. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a problem with that. I've got a major problem with that. Because as far as I'm concerned, it was our government and our entertainment industry that created them. Anyway, that's my rant for the day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of yours.